Hello again. Uh, Still trying to disseminate the message as much as I possibly can and as much as my ability is able. Do you feel the ever-present sense of urgency around current world affairs and events, things? Like there's something that's happening in the global collective consciousness, as it were. Something that you can't quite put your finger on, but it seems to be stepping up ahead of a pace, quicker and quicker and quicker, as if to say there's something very urgent in need of addressing. And unless we do so, we may find a terrible outcome. Our world is ruled by trans-dimensional demonic beings. What is it about this end-time, cataclysmic, doomsday nature of our world that the popular assumption in the current collective consciousness of the global environment suggests that we are in the end of days, and the end of days are a catastrophic amalgamation of events and things that are to culminate in the final hours of our existence. We are eternal. We are spiritual beings. We will not die. Only of this world we will, but live on we will. Some of us suggest that the eternal existence of our souls and our spirits will live on in either a great comfort of paradise, and others will live on eternally in some form of damnation of some nature. Either way, it's not really important whether it be one or the other, because what's for sure and what's actually true is that we will live on. The planet is dying and the coral reefs are dying. Global warming is a fraud. It's been cooked up by your leaders to advance an alternative, ulterior motive. We exist in the lower fourth dimension of part of a singularity. The fifth dimension and upwards is another singularity of the higher spiritual realms. Man is not the only sentient being. God does not rotate around man. Catastrophicism is the beginning of a new age and the transformation of our planet. The Christ said, "When I return, you will be exactly as I am." We have responsibility to take this new age into a new consciousness. The nature of consciousness seeks for the correct questions, not the answers. The leaders of our world should be the philosophers and the gardeners, he says. For those who don't garden, destroy, and kill, answers are always known already. So anything that is opposed to life is evil, such as EVIL in a mirror backwards, LIVE, live, opposite, evil. So anything that doesn't live, that is anti-life, is evil. 96% of all knowledge is suppressed and kept from mankind. They move the body of mankind to a predetermined destination of ignorance, impoverishment, and subjugation. Masters of chaos dumb us down with mind tenderizings, such as television, video games, and such movies of fantasy and fiction. Mobilizing for Armageddon, world geopolitics, and the role of catastrophism, leaders sacrifice to the higher dimensional beings, the evil trans-dimensional beings. Your leaders sacrifice to these gods regularly while professing to care for you and put you on the course for your best possible outcome. It's fraud. What are the key crises of the Nexus? Invasion of consciousness. We are an infant civilization at the very beginning of our existence. so very far behind the rest of the spirit beings, we must realize we are spirit beings and begin to access and evolve along the singularity. Those who understand that not asking those questions is a formula for death. We are not alone in the universe, and the spiritual beings are not at all from somewhere, but from some when. Time and space are relative. Weapons of mind control and technologies, physical or spiritual war. The wall between the physical and the spiritual will disappear when we are enlightened to the true and complete nature of the singularity of universal consciousness. No consciousness about if I don't exist anymore, but I exist more because I understand who I am. As we understand hyperdimensional physics and the nature of the physical universe between consciousness and reality, nature of universe is God experiencing himself. After the Nexus, does Universal Alice have spirituality or religion? If you have a relationship between one true God, you have no religion or need of one. Evil transdimensional beings here present, if you seek answers and are not questions, you lose your identity. Void between responsibility and authority is the ground upon which all evil grows. Because we have been cowards, because we have been afraid to live for God, we will not be allowed to live. If you fear God, you cannot fear man. Only the fearless will take the next age. Only those who seek the Most High will draw breath. History is cyclical, but not deterministic. We have the choice to change. Remove fear. It is no use, a wasted emotion. You can fear nothing but God alone, only. Does one God, true God, reveal truth? We are the last secular empire without a revelation of consciousness. Man will perish with the earth. Relationship with the Most High burns off all falseness of religions and substitutions of spiritual disinformation. Knowledge and purpose of our spiritual awakening is what we are supposed to be engaged in. Tick tock, there is not an abundant amount of time left. 2012, December 21st and beyond are questionable days at best. The planet will survive. Will you? If you're not in tune with your spiritual nature, understanding that you are spiritual, that this is an illusory world, that it's not real, that nothing you see, feel, hear, and touch is, and that the one and true and only God can and will see you through it, such as you have fear, healthy fear of Him and what He is, and nothing else. You submit willingly as pawns and sheep to fodder and get microchipped by your government agencies or implanted this or derailed to that. You've lost, and you will perish, and you will subsist. You will no longer subsist and exist in this world, in this phenomenal temporal existence. And I fear that you're only finding the worst possible situation at that point from ignorance. We need awareness, beings that are aware, conscious of what's going on around their reality. Oklahoma City was an FBI ATF planned operation. The World Trade Center was also a planned event. The avian flu is the most deadly virus, and it's weaponized. Exotoxins and exoestrogens are rekindling and destroying the brains of men. We need spiritual healing, spectral light and electroacupuncture, sound, spectral, fractal, brain biofeedback, etc. Adjust your chakra points and recommit yourself to this journey of the spiritual entity that you are, and understand that you have power.